to make sure that you're compliant with the law, it's in order so you document what you gave, so that if the patient delivers the wrong information, there is already a record of what you did. Then I have a chart that summarizes what I was saying about MTM. So MTM, I hope you can see clearly. The first step is you interview the patient and you create a database for the patient information. So have a form, document everything about the patient, the clinical parameters, their family history, their clinical history, their medication history. Then after that, you review the medication for indications, effectiveness and safety. So for each and every drug, it's important to know what was the indication. Why was the patient given this drug? So record the indication for each drug. Then there's a part where you review the effectiveness. If for instance, if the pressure of the patient, which will come, we review just one case study. If the pressure of the patient remains high, you want to know, was that drug effective or was there a better alternative? So it's also something that you document, so that when you're coming up with an action plan, you can say this drug was not effective, so we switch to another drug. Then safety and adherence. Safety is where sometimes we don't really do our part, because as I was saying, most prescriptions are opaque. You don't know. For instance, if I give a drug like ciprofloxacin, the normal dose is 500 mg. Yeah, but that applies for patients whose kidney functions are normal, right? But for a person whose eGFR is below 30, the dose should be half of that. Yeah, even the same case like for septrin, you normally give 960 to the patients, right? Do you just dispense or do you ask, what was your blood pressure today? If a patient just comes for refills, you find that at the end of the day, what kind of information do you collect from such a patient? Well, if time allows, try and find out what is the blood pressure today. What was it? Have you taken your medications from yesterday? And if the blood pressure is not okay, what action should you take from that point? So that you're not just facilitating deaths. As I'll show you a research I did on hypertension, maybe in a few slides to come, most of the patients are not well controlled because they just fetch drugs and they're never reviewed. So you give the same drugs for 5 years and that patient has never been reviewed. And since these patients are coming to us, we need to review. Let's be interested in their welfare rather than the drugs they're using. So then you say they develop a list of the medications they're using. These are lists that they can carry wherever they go. And every practitioner who sees them, they know what drugs they're using, including herbal products. Then you create a plan from that. Then there is a point of intervention and or referral. If a patient comes to you, sometimes you can't manage everything, you know, experts in all the fields. So feel very honored to refer a patient. Ukiona amekuja leo, amekuja for 2 months, probably it's a cancer process, and no umekuwa kutibu like an infection, right? So if you notice that this is not a condition that I can manage, let us refer the patient. Don't hold on to a patient if you don't know what they're doing. It's okay not to know. Then intervention, through collaboration, they are the best people in the community, and also since most of the patients come to us as the last important, especially in community pharmacy. So we work in collaboration with other healthcare workers, refer them where possible. Then I'm being asked to special. We have the attendance sheet somewhere. That is MTM, the very last part. Then after that you can dispense and follow up the patient. So how do we apply MTM in hypertension management? So our theme for this year was hypertension. So how can we apply MTM in hypertension management? So I want to use your mind a little with two case studies, just two of them, so that we can wake up. We start relating our book properly. So you have a 60-year-old man, you have seen a 60-year-old man for the first time. So we had untreated hypertension that we got a hit of 106. And it has been elevated on at least 3 occasions. So there is no evidence of target organ dysfunction. So from a therapeutic perspective, what is the best initial approach? So we initiate 25 mg.
Tunawashukuru nyote kwa kukuja na kushirikiana pamoja kwa hii World Pharmacist Day. It has been a success because of you guys. Kama mungekuwa mmekuja ungekuwa hapa na mdini tumeprepare all these things, but no one ungekuwa successful. So feel appreciated, and let us continue that partnership so that we can move forward as professionals. Asanteni sana.
Thank you very much, Chair.
So I think the unity between the PSK and KPA is working well. Do you want us to proceed that way? Yes. So let us work together, and tunajua if we work together, unity is strength. So if we work together as PSK and KPA, we are going to go far. But if we decide to work PSK peke yake, KPA peke yake, we won't go far. At least today we have learned, we have shared a lot. The public has known that we exist. We have created awareness. The community knows us. So going forward, if we call these meetings, let us turn up in large numbers. Leo tumefika mapema, tumetembea, tumefanya exercise, and at least we have enjoyed and we have learned a lot. So thank you members for turning up and for accepting the invitation. To the sponsors, we want to say thank you for standing with us. Going forward, we know we are going to work together with you to improve the patient, what do you call it? Patient management, yes, MTM. So we are going to work together and for the benefit of the patient. So as you go home, we wish you safe journey masses till the next meeting. God bless you. Thank you.
Yeah, step of mine is to thank each one of us who has come. This being, let me call it an inaugural event, because the first time that we have organized this as a group, as both PSK and KPA. Thank you so much for everyone who took part in this. We began on one solo, but we're heading it higher, at least with a sweetener. At least some of us got a very well therefore. We have had a chance to have a cake. Okay, but next time, because these are relationships which is not going to end soon. We're going to forge forward and become stronger. And of course, where there is a relationship, where there is love, there are always some byproducts of love. Yeah, there are some results. There are some things happen where there is love. I am sure good things and better things are coming. Thank you so much, and let's look forward to a better united pharmacy and KPA. I mean PSK and KPA.
Thank you very much, Wilson, the leadership of KPA, the leadership of pharmacy, PSK, sorry. Our guests who are our media professionals, I know we have been having many of them, and we have a very loyal one who is still with us. And, he tells me leo nikiingia online nitampata hapo. We want to say thank you very much. This is a work that we started last year. We have been fought in different aspects while we are coming together, but we know the reason. We know the reason because the message we have spoken today is ours as pharmacy professionals, and we are going to share the same message as we go forward that if it means closing the pharmacies which are being run by quacks, we will all do it. Sindio? Because they tell us we want to do this and this and that, then us will tell them that we are the only people licensed to operate pharmacies, we are only people licensed to handle commodities in our facilities. I better speak the politics because I'm not going to get politics. So at times, I think last year we were called somewhere to share our input in the pharmacy and the questions board schedules, several schedules. Some of us were engaged. We didn't have a forum like this to share such that all of you can turn up and speak about that area which unasikia imekufinya zaidi. But when we start coming together like this, at least we can speak about the things that we think can be fought for us. Still, why? Because yesterday I was to talk to one of the pharmacies here, which is run by one of us here. And he told me, Daktari, the pharmacies being run by quacks in this town are more than the ones being run by professionals. Now, in the Kitui Town, where the face of everybody is there. So if it means telling the pharmacy and the poison board people who are on the ground that we need this chemist to be closed, we will speak because we represent the pharmacy profession, whether it's KPA or PSK, right? So ukikuja kwangu upate I'm not following what is supposed to be followed, na useme Patrick is not following, I won't crucify you, I will say thank you for helping me. Why? Because our target is the patient, as Dr. Kevin has said. So as we sent you to Makueni, Machakos, Kitui, and appreciate your coming, your devotion in everything that we done together, we still speak the same message. KPA will not protect somebody who is not qualified to be in the field. KPA will not protect somebody who behind the door is doing abortions, killing children, na anakuja kwetu kutuambia protect. Si tuko pamoja? Yes. Do what the law licenses you to do. Pharmacists the same way. Pharmacists, we will not stand, I know we have several times stood to fight for some people. We will only fight for you if you are behaving professionally. And everybody here subscribes to a code of ethics, which we all know. KPA has its code of ethics, PSK has its code of ethics. We will subscribe by that. And lastly, my message remains the same. That every day as we walk to a facility, whether it's private or public, if you put a smile into that patient, doing the little things that do matter, that we have been taught today and others that will be taught, probably we will still, on top of appearing in the media, on top of walking in the town, we will change the way people look at us. They will tell us that mahospitali hazina dawa, mimi hata siwezi ongea on behalf of government. Hiyo ni kazi ya serikali. But when it comes to me handling the patient well, I'm going to do that in the best way. Our senior citizens who are here, you being one of them, I know you are there. When I was celebrating the 72nd birthday. We salute you so much. And I am motivated when I see senior people like you coming here. And one, you know that this young blood, some of them hata wanasema bado hatujaingia, we are still fighting to come. These young people here are looking up to you. And one thing they are learning from you is that you are so committed to the professional societies that regulate us. So the same way, the young people, I know I have people probably who are not members of PSK, not members of KPA, nobody has spoken about that. Mimi nataka pesa. Yes.
I don't belong to either.
You don't belong?
Yeah, so I actually appreciate it.
No, that's...
Good evening, professionals. It's my name is Spiritual Komati. I'm not from Venezuela. I'm a Kenyan, patriotic. I'm a sports person. Today I think I did a success everything. I'm very glad of what I've seen. But what I request is but I mean, everybody would love to relate what you guys are doing. But now the new world order, and many people are not realizing it. And the new world order is about honesty. And being able to meet with the community to the lowest please, as a patient also, I would request you guys being professionals, please try to be honest with your patients. Try to actually accommodate them. Look, they have little knowledge about what you guys have, but try to accommodate them. Also have, as you say, confidence and integrity. Very important. Thank you. Matthew. And then when you give, I share the best. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Alikuwa anaitwa Jose nani? Walisema aliacha evidence huko nyuma. Thank you. Hata siku anajua tuko na outside people. Thank you very much because you are honest. And the good thing with us, we are not doing anything illegal. What we are doing is for the sake of the patient. And we appreciate even nilikuona tukitembea na wewe unakaa hapa. That's a commitment. Si ni kweli? Hebu tupigie makofi. Thank you very much. So this was my message and I still say it again. Activity kama hii ya leo. I know some members wametoa some money. KPS case ya kuitisha pesa for reasons again known to you. We want to run the branch the best way you tell us to run it. And the best way is just requesting you to be a member of the society. Nothing more. Kama ni PSK, pharmacists who are here and are not members of PSK, just subscribe to PSK. Kama uko hapa na ni wewe ni wa KPA, I was sent to you, Wellington.
Yes.
Hawa watu wa hospitali waliniambia, most of them are not members, but they told me if you elect one of them to join up there, ama they appoint one to be there, to make decisions, watakuja public yote. Sasa hiyo peleka kwa kitchen.
Chairman wangu hapo hapo amesikia.
So, it's only a mention the right thing. That is what I was told.
Tutawafuatilia.
These are not we want. Yes. It's a lovely kusema thank you. Thank you very much. And I pray that even as you go, those who are in the private sector, mimi nikikuja hapo kukusalimia, sikuja kukwambia nipatie pesa ya chai. It's that love I want to share. Just to say hi, how are you? You are good. And my apologies